Ah,
Oh.
because of God, I say so.
Yes. That is, let it be done. For God said it so, and it was. Yeah. No. Yeah. So we're live, obviously. Again. I believe we might have been live there for like 10 seconds the first time, but I had to re-get my stream key because Twitch was being all fucky and it locked me out of my account. But yeah,
Fucky.
whatever.
Good technical term.
Yeah, I use it a lot. So, right above my face here where it says roll for it, again, ignore that. Our artist got it done, but it's on his work computer. So, what can you do? New overlay
Because
next week.
we're running a super professional tight ship here.
Yeah. Things are real strict here. We got to make sure it's, proper.
Careful. Yeah.
Yeah. And, yeah, anyway, so basically, welcome back to Critical Role, episode 3.
Critical fail.
Critical fail. Wow, that's a critical fail right off the... Yeah, okay.
Super professional tight ship.
Right, shit. God damn it. Critical fail. Welcome back to Critical Fail, episode 3. We'll just cut that previous shit, it's fine. So, right off the top, before we actually get into the episode proper, there is something that I wanted to talk about real quick, and we've discussed it and thought it would be an interesting thing to do. Don't know why Ozzy Armis is making weird faces, but that's not...
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. So...
Yeah, just like last episode.
There's been some questions so far, and I'm not going to illuminate what the answer is. In fact, we've devised a little bit of a game for the viewers of this show. Over the next month, you have 1 month from today. So today is the 15th of May. It's May 15th, yes. So you have until June?
June
15th, thank you. Yeah. I'm terrible with months, I just do it by number. So it's 5/15/17 right now. You have until 6/15/17 to submit some art as to what you think Jeff is. People have been asking.
For the record and for people that can actually do dates, that'll be 4 episodes from now on June 12th. When we have the next episode, we will announce the winner the consecutive week on June 19th.
Yeah, there you go. Derek's clearly much better at this than I am, but yeah. Yeah, so basically, people have been asking, what the hell's Jeff, or who the hell's Jeff, or whatever, and we're not gonna illuminate that yet. Not even the other players know. Only the DM and myself actually know what or who Jeff is. So, just to add a little bit of fun, you can we're gonna have a little art contest for a month. So, submit artists and whatnot. Even if it's shitty stick figures, do whatever. Submit your art as to what you think Jeff is or isn't. You can be as fun or as serious with it as you want. Whatever we feel, and we'll all vote. Whatever we feel the best is, whether it's right or wrong. That'll be the winner. And what's the winner gonna get? Derek, why don't you tell the man?
The winner gets to name the headliner bad guy in the campaign, which has yet to be revealed. But you will get to either use your own name, your gamer tag, or a name that you make up as the headliner villain in this segment of our campaign for the players to run up against. So you can have as much fun with it as you want. You can make it serious. You can make it somebody else you've run across in the previous campaign and still have a grudge with and want our players to kick the shit out of. So
or get our shit kicked out of.
Or get the shit kicked out of them. Name it after yourself and it'll kill our players. It'll be great.
Yeah.
So yeah, art competition. I'm excited for that.
Yeah. And we'll probably do one of these, every now and then going forward. But this is the first one because Jeff will be getting revealed probably next month or so as to what or who, if anything, Jeff is. So we'll see, and it'll be a fun thing to do. So yeah, that's kind of the premise behind that. Now stop asking me. Seriously, stop.
Jeff.
Well, with that, do you want me to start up the next episode?
Yeah. Get in it. Let's do it.
Okay. When we left our players, they were deep within the aqueducts of the city, and they had stopped at the ladder in the empty room, and before descending further into the dungeon, had seen a child suspended by their ankle, dead and bled out, with "turn back" carved into their chest. and you guys were all like, ah, and then we stopped the episode. So we're going to pick up from there. Let's pick up with Joradam.
Gonna poke the kid with my quarterstaff.
You can do that.
See if there's any traps.
It swings. It is been drowned, you can see, and it was carved with what appears to be a really sharp finger. Or a claw of some kind. What about you guys? What's your take on this situation?
That's fucked up.
It's good information to have.
Marching order of the previous episode was Ozzy Armus in lead, so if you wanted to make the calls, what to do from this situation?
Well, do we follow the advice on the kid? Or do we go against it and into certain death?
We're not scared. Let's do it.
Alright.
I'm kind of scared.
You're not scared. You're fine. Let's do this.
Okay, so you're going to descend the stairs. Descending the stairs relieves you onto a flat platform before the edge of the aqueduct on a lower level, but you don't hear any more running water. So in the distance away from you, from the let out of the bottom of the stairs, is a dry channel. It's pitch black down here. No sconces. No scones. No sconces on the walls.
No scones? What are we gonna eat?
The two guys with night vision are fine, but Jor Adam, you only have the lantern light illuminating the walls, and you can see scribbles on the floors and on the walls of just kind of like doodles of people doodling and just nonsense words here and there. There are some words speckled in there, names of animals all over the walls with question marks and exclamation marks next to them. To pick up with Ozzy.
I'm gonna move forward stealthily.
Okay. You creep up to the dry channel before you. To your left, you can see that there's a large pool of water where it looks like the reservoir is running into that pool, but it's been blockaded up at the edge of the channel with a whole bunch of really thick bramble. Looks like tree trunk sized bramble in a large pool. To the right just descends out into darkness.
Oh, that's the way we're gonna go then.
You're hanging all right?
Yep.
Okay. You guys following along?
Yeah.
No objections? Okay. You follow along the edge of the channel and it curves around in a bend and you get closer to closer, and at the very far distance of your vision you can see where the channel would have let out into a large basin with the path on either side letting around it. But you see that the basin is obviously empty and there's some kind of figure in the center of it. So I figure you'd have stopped there because you're being sneaky. What's your move from there?
Try to sneak up a little closer and see, get a good judgment on what this figure is.
Okay. Let's roll for what you see.
Just a d20?
Just a d20. Unless there's a perception bonus you get. 10. Okay, so it's not one figure, it's two. What about you guys? What are you doing?
I'm gonna also take a look.
What do your elf eyes see? Oh, first critical fail of the episode. Beautiful. Beautiful. Man, we just gotta start keeping track of those for this season, because you're just...
Yeah, I'm at 3, for the record.
Please roll a severity check for me.
Watch me roll a 100 and, like, stab my own eye or something. No. Could have been worse.
Okay. In trying to sneak out and look into the distance, you misjudged how wide the path was on the edge of the channel, and you slipped and fell into the dry channel with a hump. Can you roll a 1d4 for your damage of landing?
Whew.
That's not bad.
That's
Okay,
first
you
I'm most happy
fell-
to roll a 1.
You fell left into the channel, so you're at the bottom of a dry channel. So your fellow compatriots are about 8 feet above you to your right. So they're
Okay.
looking up. You're looking up at them.
Hey guys.
Can you roll another d20 of stealth to see how loud it was when you fell? Okay. You managed to fall gracefully because you're an elf and you're kind of light. So you fell, but you're like, fuck, and you braced yourself. So there was no echo. You just kind of scuffed.
Nice.
Joradam, are you doing anything in regards to seeing the distant people?
I'm gonna let the night vision people deal with that.
Okay. Ozzy, how would you like to proceed from here?
I'll clamber down into the channel a little more carefully.
Okay. You climb down to meet up with Ergo Huto. Do you want to roll for that? Actually, you know what? Take a 10. Just take your time with it. Because you said you're
Alright.
doing it carefully. You can just do it as a basic action. I won't make you roll for everything. Ergo,
Okay.
what about... Or sorry, Jor, what about you?
I'm just gonna stay up there.
Okay. Ozzy, your move.
Gonna start making my way over toward the figures, but try not to alert them.
Okay. You creep up slowly towards them, and you notice that it appears to be 2 figures sitting back to back with each other, and they're small. In the distance, you see a 3rd figure standing on the edge of the channel, because the channel, it wraps around where it pools out. So there's 1 extra figure there now, and 2 in the center tied back to back.
I'm guessing that's the kids tied back to back.
Your base wisdom would infer that to you, yeah.
Alright.
What do you want to do with that information?
I'm gonna try to sneak around to the side of the 3rd figure.
Okay, so you want to get back up on the edge?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm going to make you climb for that.
great. Is that athletics?
Yes, please. You're scraping up the side. It's going to take you a minute.
Alright.
And can you... I'll let you take it, but I'm going to make you roll stealth to see how sneaky you were in climbing up off the edge. Unless Ergo wants to help you.
No, I'm just gonna move closer so that I can be within range of a bow shot.
Okay, are you trying to be stealthy?
Yep.
Please roll for that.
I'm like the wind.
Yeah, you tuck in next to the edge of the channel, and they won't see you approach. So you are with the shadow. Ozzy Armus, you have climbed up onto the other side of the channel, and you are now on the edge. Could you give me a stealth roll for trying to approach the figure?
I'm very, very sneaky.
Okay, you're not bad as far as sneaky goes. You're going to take a minute to try and get up close.
Alright.
He's about 40 feet away, so you're sneaking up close to him as best as you can. It appears as though he's counting on his fingers, and he's trying to think of something. It's a man standing there, and he's wearing a hooded robe, but he's counting on his fingers. He's got long fingers, like really hooked, and the nails are all jagged, and he looks kind of disheveled. You could probably smell him from here. The
the
2
asshole
figures...
sheriff.
The 2 figures in the center of the basin are very clearly kidnapped children tied back to back. Their faces and arms are covered in runic symbols, but they both appear to be unconscious. As Joradam, what are you doing?
Can I see anything that's going on here?
With the lantern, you can just see the edge of the basin as you scuffle along on the path.
I'm just gonna stay put then.
Okay.
And wait for something to happen.
Okay. we'll pick back up with Ergo Huto. Ergo, did you want to do anything, or you're just prepared?
We're gonna fire an arrow at him.
At the guy?
Yep.
Okay, give it a whirl. $13, eh?
Yep.
He ducks out of the way like he knew you were there the whole time, and he's still counting on his fingers. But now he's stopped, and he's just staring at you. In the pitch black void, he's staring at you. Ozzy Armus.
Does he see me?
He's looking right at you.
But does he see me?
Yeah? Well, you know, how would you
Shit.
know that? He's looking right at you.
I don't know. Maybe he's looking at the direction of the arrow. I don't.
Ozzy Armus, you saw this go down. The arrow planted in the wall behind him.
Shit. I'm gonna. Am I still like 40 yards away, or have I closed already?
You're 40 feet away. I'll say you're within distance if you wanted to try to charge him.
All right, I'll charge him.
Okay, give me a melee basic.
Melee basic.
Yeah, that's a standard attack because you charged him to try to run at him in the dark.
So is that just a 20?
Sure.
12.
He ducks you too, and you dodge out of the way nimbly, or he dodges out of the way quite nimbly, and slips down the edge of the basin up next to the children. And now he's got his arms up above his head, and the chamber starts to glow from light coming from his hands. And his chanting is getting louder and louder, and it's echoing off the walls. And you can see the kids starting to twitch, and they're like reeling all over the place. Joradam, you can see that the basin ahead of you is starting to glow and get lit. All at the same time, you can see two children in the center with a very tall, ragged-looking man in a brown cloak have his hands above his head. The light of the room is coming from his hands. Casting a shadow against the wall is Ozzy Armus behind him on the edge, and ahead of you, inside of the channel, you can see the edges of Ergo Huto with his bow in hand. What's your move?
I'm gonna shoot at the guy, causing all the light with my crossbow.
Cool. Give it a whirl.
17.
Nice! You actually hit him in the shoulder. Roll for your damage.
You can just click on where it says light crossbow underneath the roll.
Or 9.
Pow! Cool. Yes, you deal 9 points of damage. You hit him in the shoulder. He puts his arms down and he looks pissed. You can see his eyes now, and he's furious. He puts one of each of his hands on top of the heads of the children, and their bodies are starting to convulse and shake now. We'll pick back up with whichever one of you attacked first. It would be Ergo Huto. Ergo, your turn.
Firing again.
Give it a whirl.
Oh wow, that's a good one.
Wow. Yeah. Your longbow hits him square in the chest, and his hands fall back off the children as he reels away, but the kids disappear. Or what appears to be disappeared, they seem to be shrinking into their clothes as they're writhing around. Ozzy Armus. Oh wait, sorry. Roll for your damage, please.
6.
Cool. Excellent. Ozzy Armus, your turn.
Gonna run up and take a swipe at him.
Okay,
with
you
my-
You gotta drop down into the basin to do that.
This fucker's fast.
Yeah,
Alright.
he's super fast.
Leap off the top. Clothesline him. WWF style.
Leg drop. Alright, well, I'll climb down after him.
Okay.
You don't want to Hulk it?
This is the most exciting fight for
Yeah,
me.
right. Climb
All
up,
right,
climb
so,
down, climb up, climb down.
What
You're gonna be
attack are
fucking
you
ripped
leading with?
after this.
Huh?
What attack are you leading with?
Slash with my rapier.
All right, give it a whirl. Very nice. you have an advantage on that situation, so you definitely hit him. You slash him across the back, but you are a key witness. As you do this, you notice that the children that he was touching have polymorphed, and there is a creature inside of the clothes of each of the child that were bound. So now it just looks like two lumpy sacks kind of throwing themselves around. We'll go to Joradam.
I did 8 damage.
Oh, thank you. Keep forgetting that.
I'm gonna take another shot at him with my crossbow.
Very nice.
16.
Nice, you hit.
9 again.
And
Jesus.
okay, he drops to his knees and starts to laugh. And he goes, "Okay, I give in." We'll go to Ergo Huto. He puts his hands up, and they're not glowing anymore. His fingernails are long and jagged looking. He looks kind of feral.
What have you done to the children?
Improved them. Leaps
Improved
and
them how?
bounds by my accord. Well,
How?
they are the vessels. It is an honor to be a vessel. Don't you think? To represent an ideal? To make oneself better? To make everyone else better? Bring
What are
about
they now?
positive change. Roll to take a look at the mound. Because his hands aren't glowing anymore, so you still have dark vision.
9 plus 2. So 11.
Lots of fur. Lots and lots and lots of fur. You're not sure what color because night vision is black and white. And the lantern light of Joradam is still in the distance. So you're not sure. You just see like fur sticking out of the clothes trying to find its way out. Yeah. Any other things you would like to ask him? Because he's not answering that question.
Can I roll to kick his legs out from under him? Since
He's
I'm behind.
kneeling, so you could try.
Oh.
You can like kick both.
I didn't realize he was kneeling.
I'm gonna notch my next arrow and point it at him and yell to Jor, "Get over here!"
Okay, Jor.
Yeah, I'll start working my way down there.
Cool. Okay, you climb down into the basin, gently, I assume.
Yeah.
Actually, please roll for it, because you have been drinking today.
6.
Yeah, no. You roll very ungracefully down into the basin, and your lantern goes out as you do that, so you can't see anything. So you're laying in the bottom of a very hard basin with no light, but you're still holding on to the lantern. We'll go to Ozzy.
I'm gonna sheath my weapon and tell him, "Alright, you're coming with us," and start to bind his hands behind his back.
Oh, where are we going?
Upstairs.
Upstairs. Won't that be fun? I would like to go upstairs. How about we all go upstairs? Or better yet, why don't we go the other way? Ergo, roll perception for me. You got elf ears.
14.
You hear the sound of cascading water getting louder and louder and louder. Please give me your immediate reaction to that.
We need to leave, guys.
Guys, immediate reaction?
Alright, that's the idea.
Yeah.
Okay, how do you achieve that?
I'm gonna slap the bow back onto my back and climb out of the channel.
Okay, you guys too?
Yeah.
Yep. Well,
Okay.
gonna heft up Mr. Pointy Fingers.
You're gonna grab him and try to heft him up too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, as you try to grab him, he gets oily. And his clothes come off of him very quickly, and you see underneath that his skin is switching from pink to white to blue, and it's kind of sloughing off very quickly, and his arms are melting into the sides of his body. His face is getting longer, and his legs have fused together. How do you deal with that as you're running?
Let him go.
He starts to laugh as he flops onto his back. His legs are stretching out and away from him lengthwise, and his arms have fully melted into his sides. His robes have come away, and he's getting longer and longer and wider and thicker. You can see the water now rushing down the channel towards you. The bramble has apparently given way. You guys each please give me an individual roll for panic climbing out of the channel, starting with Ergo Huto.
Saving throw, or what do you want here?
Yeah, please give me a saving throw for strength for hauling yourself quickly up the and over the edge. Okay.
No.
You have propped yourself up onto the edge.
All right.
Ozyarmus.
Oh,
You are panicked by seeing this weird polymorph happen before your eyes, and you just throw yourself right up on the edge like, fuck that. Joradam, please roll for me.
7.
You bounce off the edge and don't get purchased on the edge. You can't see because your lantern hasn't been lit yet, so you're not quite sure where to grab. The water has rushed in right past you, but because it's following the edge of the channel, your feet have only gotten wet and you're kind of caught up in the swirl. But the channel of water fully hit those kids and have knocked them off the chairs, or where the kids were, and has started to swirl around in the pool as it starts to fill up. We'll pick back up with Ergo Huto. Give me your second roll.
14.
You climb up onto the edge of the channel, or edge of the basin.
Alright.
Joradam.
4.
You're drunk and blind. And now water is starting to rush around you. You're wet up to about your waist, and it's rising quite quickly. Ergo, Huto, and Ozzy, you can see this starting to happen. Your ally is still in the basin.
Do I have time
Ozzy,
to
help
toss
him. Can I light I'm gonna light a torch.
Can
Okay,
I
you can do
reach
that.
over and grab him?
You can
Alright,
run
help
over
him.
to him and try. So,
Alright.
give me a strength save for trying to reach down and grab him. No, the water's moving him around. You can't get a purchase on him. He's all wet and slippy and drunk, and he can't see your hand.
Well, I've got light for him now, so we're good there. Help him up!
Okay, in the flickering torchlight, you can see your ally trying to grab for you, Jor. What do you do?
I'm gonna try to grab his hand or arm.
Okay, give it a whirl.
Yeah.
Nat 20. Okay, you grab onto him like your life depends on it, and you haul him out just in time for what became of the man snapping behind you. It is a giant poisonous water snake, you can see, and the water serpent is biting at you. We'll go to Ergo Huto. You see this happen.
I'm gonna hand the torch to Jor and fire an arrow at the water snake poison guy thing.
Okay.
Whatever. it
Jor,
is.
he passes you a torch.
Okay.
Nice. You hit it dead on. Your arrow lands inside, dealing 10 damage. Good job.
Shit, yeah.
Ozzy Armus, your turn.
I guess I'm gonna pull out my light crossbow and take a shot.
Roll for it.
Yeah.
Excellent. Please roll for your damage.
8.
Very good job. Okay. Joradam, you have been rescued and are on the edge. You're holding a torch in one hand where your lantern used to be. Your lantern is now sitting at the bottom of the basin. Your turn.
I'll use Sacred Flame on the snake.
Let her rip.
12.
12 is for... Oh wait, no, Sacred Flame you can just cast, right?
Oh,
So just roll straight damage.
6.
6
Not bad.
radiant.
I don't know why I did that.
That's weird.
Okay. The water snake is going to roll to try to attack you. It's going to go after Ergo Huto because he was the last one to land a blow on it.
Great.
Thought I was.
Oh, were
No,
you?
I fired the arrow.
You were the first one to land a blow,
Oh,
and
yeah, that's right.
then he did.
Oh,
And then
Right.
Jorah just hit them with
Sacred
the spell.
Flame. Okay, so yeah, it's going to go after Jorah Dam with the spell. But it's going to miss your AC value quite drastically. It's going to back up and duck into the water. So you can't see it. Go back to Ergo Huto.
Hmm. Fuck. I don't know. If I can't see it, I can't shoot it, so I'm gonna make my way over to where the children used to be and kind of like nudge their clothes aside with my foot. Like, see
You
if
can-
anything is left.
Well, the basin is filling up with water. It's just about full, but you can see the quillows swirling inside of them. You noticed earlier on that there was a grate below, so the water is actually draining, but you hear banging noises, like something's rallying against the metal grate itself and trying to break it. You can hear the thud through the water. It's a loud, powerful noise. You poke the clothes and see that what was happened to the kids is no longer there, but there is something floating on the top. Give me a perception roll on that.
17.
Okay, you actually see that there's 2 of them. One of them is a sheep. The other one is a ram. And they are both trying to tread water. We'll go to Ozzy Armas.
I'm going to yell at the water, "Come out and fight, you coward!"
Is that a taunt?
That's a taunt. Yeah, give me an intimidation roll.
16.
That's not bad. The banging stops underneath the water. The room goes quiet. Joradam.
I'm gonna start making my way towards the exit.
Okay, you slink away. You're starting to make your way down towards where you had descended in the stairs. So you're walking the opposite direction. The water snake lunges out at Ozzy Armas, but misses because it had come out of the water and goes totally wide and off to the edge. Ergo Huto,
Firing an arrow.
fire away. Dang. Very nice. You do 11 damage.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah, now there's some arrows sticking out of this thing. Ozzy Armas.
I'm gonna. Is it within range? Can I strike at it since it lunged at me?
Yeah, since it lunged at you, it's actually very close to your person.
Alright, I'm gonna strike at it with my rapier.
Go for it.
Ooh, 11.
It's all snaky. It dodges away from you. Joradam, are you continuing down the channel?
Am I still in range to range attack?
Yeah, if you turn around, you can fire a shot off at it.
Alright, yeah, I'll take a shot with my crossbow.
Excellent. Nope, your shot goes wide. In the flickering torchlight, you can't quite make purchase on a snake being all snaky coming out of the water. We'll go back to Ergo Huto.
Firing another arrow.
Fire away.
Alright.
Very nice. You were fucking up this snake. Good shot.
It is a
wanna
beast,
move at all?
right?
Yeah, it is a beast.
So it's
Are
a
you,
favorite enemy.
Are you guys doing any moving maneuvers at all, or are you just all standing on the edge of the basin?
Yeah, I'm just on the edge.
Yeah.
Okay, Ozzy Armas, your turn.
I'm gonna take another slash. For fuck's sake.
Nope. No, you aren't. You swipe it open air as the snake rears back. Joradam.
Take another shot with my crossbow.
Okay. Reload and fire your crossbow. But it goes wide again as the snake prepares its attack. It dives forward and pushes a big cascade of water with it. Let's see what that does. Can you guys give me dexterity saves?
Oh shit.
Drew.
Ergo Huto and Joradam nimbly dive out of the way, but you were off foot after your slice with your rapier and you fall sideways into the water.
That's
the
a
snake. Yeah. Yeah. You
That's
fall
our second
sideways.
critical fail.
You fall sideways into the water. The snake descends backwards and disappears into the murky depths. Please roll for the severity of the failure.
No, it's not
Okay.
too bad.
Okay, you're
You're just a little
you're
wet.
kind of you fall into the channel and you can't really see anything because you got water in your face and it happened very suddenly. It splashed you in. We'll go to Ergo Huto.
Can I see in the water, or is it murky, or is it clear? What's the status of the water?
It's dark enough that with your night vision it just looks like black. Even with the soft lamplight or torchlight of Joradam standing behind you, you can't make anything out but shimmer on the surface and a disruption where in the distance you can see a sheep and a ram treading water.
Do I get any extra perception because of my favorite enemy beasts?
You
Well
can try
then.
to look for where it is in the water.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for it.
Okay, perception.
No bueno.
Too murky. No bueno. Ozzy Armus, you're treading water.
I'm gonna try to get back up on the edge of the basin.
Okay. Yeah, give me a strength check for that. Very good job. Yeah, you haul yourself quickly out of the basin, and you're like, holy shit. Joradam, you see all of this go down. What's your move?
I'm just gonna stay put for the time being.
Okay,
See if the snake comes back.
solid plan.
Taunt him again, Ozzy.
Let's see.
Yeah, that worked out well last time.
Yeah, it did.
Okay, the banging continues. Let's go to you just hear a reverberating loud thud noise coming through the foundation of where you're standing. We'll go to Ergo Huto.
I'm gonna fire an arrow towards the drain.
Okay. Not bad. You're not sure what happened. Roll for damage anyways, see if anything had happened.
Phew.
Cool. Okay. Ozzy Armus, you're all wet.
I'm gonna yell out, "Is that all you got, coward?"
Please roll intimidate. The banging stops.
I feel like we've done this before.
I'm gonna draw my second weapon, so I've got rapier and longsword in hand.
All right. You're dual wielding?
Two-weapon fighting?
I've got 2-weapon fighting.
Nice.
Very nice. Joradam.
I'm just gonna keep waiting for that snake.
You're very prepared. Okay. We're going to go to Snake.
A snake can't hit anything.
Nope. The snake jumps out and tries to lunge at all of you, but it goes completely past you and then just like, and then descends back into the water. But you think that it's still close to the edge of where it just struck from, because it was like a out and back in kind of thing. We'll go to Ergo.
I'm gonna fire an arrow where it went in.
Okay. Okay. You're pretty sure that that didn't work.
Alright.
Osdiarmus?
I'm gonna back up a bit and say, "You missed me!"
Please roll to taunt the water snake.
What'd that be? Intimidation
Intimidate,
again? Persuasion?
probably.
Yeah. Very good. Joradam.
I'm gonna go over by Ergo there. Wait for the snake again.
Okay. All three of you are standing on the edge of the channel.
Whoa,
Yeah.
I was backing up a bit. To
Okay,
avoid
yeah,
being
you were
on the
backing
edge.
up a bit. Oh, the banging resumes.
Oh, this.
The pitch has changed a little bit. Sounds tinnier.
I'm gonna yell, "Fight us, you coward! Have you no honor?"
Very nice. Very Monty Python.
Oh, okay, that's bad.
That's bad.
That's real bad. That's not good.
How did you roll this? Okay.
It's
please
a
roll
1,
for
but I
disobey.
don't have any modifiers. That's why it says 0.
Gotcha.
Fuck.
Jesus.
You
Been nice
felt
knowing you,
so
boys.
good about announcing, "Come back here, you coward!" But the water snake reaches out, grabs you wholly by the chest, and yanks you into the water. Please, yeah. Please roll a d20, and I'll tell you what it's for after. Okay. You got about a minute's worth of breath
Great.
before it pulled you into the water. Ozzy Armus.
Can I make a quick perception check to see if I can see it?
Yeah, you can give it a whirl.
21.
Nice. You wouldn't have been able to see the water snake before, but now that it's got Ergo Huto in its jaws, you can kind of make out the shape of where it is. So you see that it's headed back to the center of the basin where the chairs were, and it's heading towards the grate. Jorad, did you want to do something?
I want to run and leap in after it.
You're gonna dive into the water.
Oh yeah.
All right. Roll to dive.
Acrobatics, athletics.
Yes.
Which one? There's both.
Acrobatics, please.
16.
Not bad. You semi-gracefully jump into the water, almost dive-like.
No belly flop here.
Oh, well, with a weapon in each hand, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Joradan.
I'm gonna use Sacred Flame on the sheep. See if I can mess up his spell or something.
Nice. You're firing at the wet sheep.
Yeah.
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 Let's see if that hits. Can you roll to just?
That's a 21.
Yeah. You hit the ram, and it because it's consumed by water already and it's soaking wet. You still hit it, but it instantly goes out. But you still damaged it quite a bit. Can you please roll for your damage?
4.
4 damage. Let me just check a sheet here. Oh, you killed it.
You bastard.
You roasted the ram. It's a little pop noise as it kind of the water goes away from it and rushes back in, but you can see that it's charred and it's kind of just floating listfully now. Let's go to the water snake, which is going to use. Ergo, you're being held by the chest. You see underwater that it's brought you next to the grate, and it's going to use you as a battering ram. And it smashes you through the gate and breaks it with your weight, and then lets you go and tosses you away. It's going to swim down the grate, but you have been released now. So, what's your move from there? You're still underwater.
I'm going to swim into the surface. Swimming to the surface.
Okay, you can swim up to the surface, but you're in a churn right now because you were just released and you're not quite sure which way is up. So please roll athletics for me. You're still underwater. You're not sure which way is up. You just swam in a direction, but you're not sure what direction. Ozzy Armus, you've jumped in and you see the water snake before you has disappeared, but the silhouette of your ally is in front of you, slightly below. But you've got both weapons out in front of you, so please be careful and tell me what you're going to do.
Do I have time to sheath my weapons and take a grab at him?
Yes, a minor action to put your weapons away, and it'll be a whole action to try to grab onto him.
All right.
So I will just let you sheath your weapons, but I will have to make you roll a strength check for grabbing your ally.
I think I got it.
You got it. Grab him by the collar and just pull him up above the water. Ergo, you have air. Joradam, you see your two allies standing in the center.
Thank you,
The water is starting
my
to...
hero.
The water in the basin suddenly shifted and dropped and is now swirling and draining. The silhouette of the sheep has dropped underwater into this effect. Ozzy and Ergo, you notice that the water around you is moving and you're starting to cyclone around the water draining into the basin below you. We'll go to... we'll stay on Joradam. Joradam, what's your move?
How far away are they from me?
They're into the water, about 15 feet away from you.
Oh, I'm just gonna see how this plays out then.
You don't throw a rope or nothing.
Yeah, okay, we'll go to Ergo Huto.
I'm gonna grab the nearest ledge, or just try and grab a ledge.
Okay, you swim half your speed, so your whole move action is to get to the edge, and it's
Okay.
going to be a strength check to fight getting out against the current. So please roll strength.
I'm so
Please
fucking
roll.
dead, aren't I?
Please roll a severity check for your failure.
Okay.
You slipped off of the edge, and you kind of hit your arm, the one that you hurt yesterday, the one you hurt yesterday, and it hurts like crazy, and because you winced, you fell away into the current and are now going and swirling with the current towards the edge of the whirlpool. Ozzy Armus, your go.
So we're over by the remains of the grate. Or-
You're above it. The grate is below you, and the water is draining into it as it starts to swirl around.
Can I swim down, latch onto the grate, and try to grab him?
You could try. Yeah, you swim to the eye of the spinning, draining water.
I was going there anyway.
An attempt to latch onto the grate. Please give me a strength check to fight the cascade of water. Ooh, okay, you're on the edge of it and you're barely hanging on. Joradam, are you still just watching this all go down?
I'm gonna try to hold out my quarterstaff for Ergo to grab onto there.
Okay, you're about 10 feet too short.
Well,
Great
you
job,
were at the
buddy.
edge.
I was until I banged my elbow.
Well, that's
Ergo,
not my-
Ergo, you can see that he's holding it out. What's your move?
I'm gonna reach for it.
Okay, try for it. Oh, you swing and miss. You try to grab for it, but it slips right out of your hands. You're heading for the eye of the draining basin. Ozzy Armus, he's coming towards you. What do you do?
Snatch him.
You're not very well braced.
I'm gonna grab him for him anyway.
Okay, give me a strength check. Oh. He slips. He's slipping. You got him, but he's slipping out of the grass. You either have to both go in, or you have to let him go.
I'm going. I'm letting go of the grate.
Okay, you both let go, and you both fall backwards into the water as it drains into the center. Joradam, you see both your party members fall into the grate in the center. What's your move?
The water is draining from the room, correct?
Yes, but there's a fresh supply coming through the channel, so it's constantly swirling and draining. This would appear to be the central hub of where the water gets distributed to the city.
Well, I guess I'm going in after them.
You just dive right in?
Yep.
Okay. I won't make you roll to dive because I figure you're just kind of cannonballing. But your torch goes out. So now you're in a pitch black swirling vortex of water. We'll cut to you guys, all of you, floating through various tubes and tunnels and channels. Rushing
Hey, it's a water slide.
Yeah, it's a water slide, except there's no air.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And you see a light in the distance and then are cast out towards it into a large pool out in the daylight of the day. And it's kind of shallow. It's only about 2 feet deep. And you are surrounded by people who are cheering and clapping.
I'm
gonna stand up and take a bow.
Damn it! Fucker! That's what I was gonna say.
A bunch of the townsfolk have rushed into the fountain, and they're cheering and splashing each other with water because they're super stoked that there's water now. There's a sheep with you, and it's being angry and biting people. There's a bunch of people holding their arms in the fountain and trying to get away from the sheep as it's paddling around biting at people. We'll pick back up with Ergo.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and talk to the sheep, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, come with me. We'll get you sorted out."
Please roll diplomacy.
Cheap
Oh,
diplomacy.
man. Can't it be animal handling instead? I don't see a
It is.
diplomacy. Where is it?
Wait. Yes. You can
Okay.
use animal handling in that situation.
That's a 9.
Cheap
Falls
diplomacy.
flat. I'm
All right.
afraid. Yeah, it ignores you. It's all angry and confused. And it's biting people. It's got a couple of guys and one lady. And they're all like climbing out of they were super stoked that there was water, but now they're like, ow, what the hell? So they're kind of like walking away, discouraged. Ozzy?
I'm gonna look around for the snake that must have come through with us.
You don't see it. You're
Might
not
have gone
sure.
down a different hole.
Yeah, you don't see a snake. You see a whole bunch of people in front of you don't recognize.
Do I recognize anyone? Are we sure this is the town?
You are still in the same town. I promise you that. Okay, so we'll go to Jorah Dam.
Am I out of the pipes?
You're out of the pipes and sitting in the fountain with the people splashing water at each other.
I'm gonna go try to hit the sheep with my bonking stick.
Okay.
You're
to bonk
losing
sheep.
favor with Jeff. I just want you to know that as a side note. Jeff's not happy with you.
You swing and a miss. You're still kind of drunk, and you were just vortexed through a pool. So you're all heavy with water, and you're swinging a club at a sheep in a pool. It doesn't work. The sheep climbs up to the edge and is now made its way into the crowd, and it's continuing to bite at people's legs. So you hear people in the crowd yipping and saying, "Ow, get away!" and trying to push it away. Some of the people that have been bit are walking up the hill, presumably towards the medic station. We'll go to Ergo.
I'm gonna run up and grab the sheep. Just pick
Okay.
them up.
Grab the sheep.
Yep.
Give me a strength check to grab a sheep.
13.
It's all wet and heavy, and you can't get purchase on it. It gets spooked and it tries to gallop away.
Chase after it.
Okay, Ozzy Armus, you see all of that happen. What's your move?
I'm gonna start making my way to the sheriff's office.
Okay. You climb out of the fountain and start heading up the road. Joradam,
I'm gonna follow Ozzy.
follow Ozzy towards the sheriff's office?
Yeah.
Okay. Ergo Huto, what are you doing with the sheep?
I'm I'm gonna yell at it, come back here or else I will be forced to shoot you.
Yeah, you yell at the sheep, and it does not comply at all. It turns around and locks eyes with you, and it looks menacing.
I'm gonna notch an arrow.
Okay, notch an arrow. Ozzy and Jor, are you just wanting to fast travel to the sheriff's office?
Yeah.
Okay, you'll make it there in one turn.
All right.
Ergo, you're having a showdown with the sheep. It looks like it's rearing back to attack you.
Last
your move?
warning, sheep.
Roll animal handling. Oh, okay. You get through to it a little bit, and it seems to recognize you as an ally and not necessarily an enemy. So it kind of is confused by you, but also you're threatening it, so it still looks a little bit spooked. What's your move?
I'm going to talk to it and say, listen, we'll try and get this sorted out. I will protect you until we can figure out what to do about your situation.
Okay. It still looks confused by you, but it seems more docile. The people behind you in the crowd seem to be disturbed by something. There's hushed muttering, and one guy is coughing and hacking quite intensely. What do you do with that information?
Can I look at him and see if he was bitten?
Yeah,
Kinda
he definitely
curious.
was. He
Oh.
was one of the first ones that was bitten. And you notice that glyphs and runic symbols have popped up all over top of his body. He's hunched over and he's vomiting black. He's starting to shake and convulse now.
Ah, crap.
That's your reaction?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up the sheep and head towards the sheriff's station.
Okay. You pick up the sheep and start running up the road. As you run past the man that's doubled over, you see other members of the crowd that were bitten starting to shake and double over and break out into symbols. The man that was on the ground vomiting black has now polymorphed into a ram.
Awesome.
Okay, so you're just going to run up the road?
Yeah, I'm booking it.
Yep, book it away. Ozzy Armus and Jorah Dam, you make it to the sheriff's office.
All right.
The same sheriff as before is standing there, staring at the wall.
Hey, Sheriff, you got water now.
Hey, excellent. I wouldn't need to prove that because you're all soaking wet. So you must have found it somewhere. Did you find out about the kids?
Yeah, a bunch of them are dead, drowned, and 2 of them were turned into animals. It's a weird day, man.
Would you happen to know how that came about?
Yeah, so, you know any tall dudes with pointy fingers?
Tall dudes with pointy fingers. At that, a man walks in behind you and says, I do. He looks disheveled and really dirty and really sweaty. And he marches straight up to you and says, there's a huge problem. I just came from one town over. I stayed in the woods for 3 days to make sure that I wasn't infected. My whole town is gone. What's your reaction to that, Ozzy?
Okay, about that gold that you promised.
The sheriff says, well, you know where the kids were. They're dead. Okay, check mark. He just checks that off on a little box. And he said, okay, and the water comes back. It's another box. It's good. Yeah, I'll just go get your money. He walks to the back counter, opens up a little door, and he
We've
starts
got
pulling
about an
out
hour.
coins.
You want to tell me about what's going on?
1, 2, 3. He said he came from one town over and he was out on a mission to go trading. And when he came back to the town, there was nobody there. But it was a small town, so maybe he figured that there was some kind of hootenanny going on. But then he noticed there was a ton of frogs, like everywhere inside of the city. So he tried to figure out what was going on there until he noticed that a lot of the frogs were sitting inside of piles of clothes. and then he kind of puzzled it out, and he saw a man in a hooded robe wandering out of town. So he wasn't sure what was going on, so he's pretty sure that everyone he knows is dead and turned into frogs, so he wandered out of town, waited in the forest for a few days to make sure that he wasn't infected, and then came here to warn us because the man that he saw was walking down the road towards Jackfall.
So we've got a zombie animal plague.
It appears so. Sheriff still
Shit.
counting the coins out. Distracted. He didn't hear any of that. At this moment, you, Ergo Huto enters the sheriff's station with a sheep under his arm.
Hey guys.
Yeah, don't get bit by that.
Yeah, don't get bit. It's bad. So I found the
Yeah, he
kid.
just filled us in. Yeah.
Yeah. What happened?
Apparently his town just got wrecked by the same guy. Zombie animal plague.
Oh, classic zombie animal plague. I don't know
Yeah.
anything about that. But I do know that this kid is still alive, got through to him a little bit, and I don't know, maybe they've got like a wizard's guild or something here. Maybe we can find some sort of cause to the magic and figure it out. It's only a polymorph. I'm sure we can reverse it somehow.
Before the wizard turns into a goat.
Yeah,
The,
about that, this kid sheep, I'm gonna name him George. George happened to bite a few people. One of them turned into a ram.
Yeah.
One of them turned into a ram, and the rest were all like hunched over and puking up black, and there was like some symbols all over there. Yeah, it's getting all crazy here, so...
The sheriff looks at you for a moment, looks at the sheep, then looks down at his paper and checks off a different box.
Alright.
And then says, okay. And I know this is going to seem a bit strange, but I think this emergency might be more important than me counting out your gold pieces. Do you mind if I continue that at a later date, and I deal with the immediate problem? He's looking at Ozzy.
Yeah, I suppose.
Tell him to get a deputy to do the counting.
He hears you say that. He looks over at the deputy and he goes, run to the front gate. Close everything up. Box in the town. We don't want this getting out. You three, come with me. And he walks out the front door.
What do I do with George?
Bring George.
Alright, I'm bringing George.
Are you guys following?
Yeah.
Okay, he's marching up the road. Behind you, further away, down the road, about 100 feet away, you see a panicked group of people all trying to run inside of their homes. There are rams and sheep walking around in the streets. You see a ram take somebody out at the knees and follow them over, and a sheep comes over and starts eating his face. The sheriff sees this and starts hustling up the road. You guys stop in front of Dr. Sedaris' place and head inside. Inside, Dr. Sedaris sees the sheep and sees all of you guys and goes, what?
Typical polymorph plague. This is a kid. His name's George. Can you fix him?
Oh, yeah. I think so. I don't know the particular spell for that. I'm gonna have to look it up, but shoot. He looks through all of his books and he starts looking through all of his books behind him. Behind you in the streets, you hear more people running up the streets, and you see a ram charge up past the clinic and hit somebody. Anything else you guys want to be doing?
Take care of this. Come get me when you're done, and I'm gonna step outside the door with my bow in hand and an arrow notched.
Okay, you're standing on the patio. Ozzy, Jor, are you doing anything?
Yes, I'm gonna go try to start subduing farm animals.
How about you, Jor?
I'm gonna go stand on the porch.
Okay, all three of you stand on the porch. The sheriff behind you closes the door. you can see the doctor looking through the bookshelves of the window. In front of you in the streets, you see one ram who is chewing on someone on the ground who's stopped screaming now. And there are 3 sheep before you, all trying to hoof down someone's door. They're across the street from you.
I got the ram, guys. I'm gonna turn to the ram and just yell, "Stop! We can fix you."
Okay,
We have the
Please.
technology.
please roll animal handling. It doesn't hear you over the sound of its own chewing. You still have another action.
I'm just gonna... How far away am I?
Within arrow distance,
If you had to put a yardage.
30 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna close to about 20 feet.
Okay. You step off the patio and head towards it.
Yep.
Ozzy Armus.
I'm gonna go tackle one of the sheep that's beating down the door.
Okay. They're across the street from you, about 40 feet
Alright.
away, so you can get closer, but you have to walk across the street.
Okay.
Okay, so you start heading that way?
Yep.
Don't get bitten.
Joradam.
These rams are pretty scary. I'm using Sacred Flame on the closest.
Fucking guys.
Yeah, give it a whirl.
18.
Bam. What's your damage on Sacred Flame?
5.
Nice. The ram explodes in fire and falls over dead. At the sound of the explosion, the 3 sheep turn around, and they're looking straight at Ozzy Armus. Jor? Or, sorry, it's going to be the sheep's turn. The first sheep turns around and starts to charge. The second sheep continues attacking the door, and the third sheep gets trampled by the other sheep in the hectic fray.
Oh, the
one
sheep doesn't have to roll severity? What an asshole.
No, it's just
They don't play
100
by
for
the
him.
same rules.
Yeah, no shit.
Ergo Hutso, you saw the sheep ahead of you burst into, or the ram ahead of you burst into flames.
So I can only see the 3 more sheep, right?
Well, if you looked down the road, you can see there's another ram coming up towards you. He's a big black one.
How far away?
I'd say about 50 feet.
Alright, I'm gonna yell at that one. Stop! We can fix you! You know.
Roll animal handling. He's too far away. Your voice doesn't carry over the sounds of panic and screaming of the villagers around you as they flee up the road. Ozzy Armus.
I'm gonna do the sheep that's coming to greet me. I'm gonna do non-lethal damage, try to knock it out.
Okay. Roll for it.
I get plus to strength for that.
Yeah. Sweep its legs.
11.
You missed. It's all nimble. It ducks you. It's gonna breeze past you, in kind of like a jousting way. Joradam, the sheep has now run past him and is heading towards you.
I'm going to use Sacred Flame on it.
All right.
20.
God, how many spell casts do you get in a day? God.
It's a cantrip.
It's a cantrip.
Oh my fuck. Of course it is.
Please roll your damage for that. Yeah, you point your staff and that one explodes into fire before you and drops into a little woolly char. At the door, you saw that one sheep had trampled the other sheep, and the one that was at the door has now turned around. But he's starting to rear back and getting ready to charge. The ram down the road is now running at Ozzy because he's caught in the middle of the street. He's starting to charge towards you, but he didn't get enough speed because he's running uphill. We're going to go to Ergo Huto.
I'm just gonna tell my group mates here, guys, let's remember these are still people, even though they're now animals, and I'm far more comfortable with animals, but can we not kill every fucking animal we see, please? And then I'm turn back towards the ram and be like, stop, or I will have to kill you.
Okay. Animal handling. Wait. This isn't a favored creature. Sorry, I would have given you advantage, but you don't have advantage.
It's just beast.
Yeah.
My favored. So.
It's not technically a beast. It's a polymorph beast. I don't know. Technicalities. You didn't get advantage.
That's fine.
Ozzy Armus. The ram is charging you.
I'm gonna try to punch it in the face.
Nice. Yeah, you rear back and try to knock it out.
And I suck.
You tried to punch its head as it ran past you, but you realize that rams' heads are kind of built for that, and your hand just bounces off the front of it, and you swing and lose your balance a little bit. You're going to take 1 point of damage from your hand almost breaking on the face of a ram. We'll go to Joradam.
I'll walk over by Ergo and use guidance on him.
Cool. Guidance buffs him?
He gets a 1d4 roll to add to his next roll.
Very nice. The ram itself is going to turn around and try to get Ozzy with one of his antlers. Oh! He swoops your legs, and you are prone. You take some damage on that one. You take 5 points of damage as you are knocked flat onto your back. The ram has swept your legs. And now that other sheep is heading towards you, and it's looking you dead in the face, hungry. It's probably about 3 feet away from your face now. We'll go to Ergo Huto.
I know I said last warning last time, but I'm gonna tell the boar, or the ram, come on, brother, see reason. You've got to stop this madness. We can fix you. Even with a 1d4, that's not gonna work.
Nope. Sorry that your pleading with it failed, and you can see it in its eyes that it sees nothing but red.
Torch
like
him,
a little
Jor.
tiny bull. We'll go to Ozzy next. Ozzy, you're prone, looking up into the eyes of a hungry sheep.
I'm gonna action surge. Can take 1 additional action on top of normal action.
All right.
So I can stand up and done playing nice. I pull out both my weapons.
All right.
And go for the sheep.
You go for the sheep. Both weapons.
Yep.
Give her. You were doing so well.
Is that
Please
number
roll for
4 in this episode?
Yeah. Yeah. 4 critical fails.
Well, that's 5 if you
guys are-
include the sheep.
You guys are earning your namesake today. That's great. Could you please roll for severity?
I would like to point out that I swung with the rapier first.
You did. Okay. Your rapier missed because of that. Yeah. But you also didn't, you misjudged in standing up, so you kind of tripped over and fell over, but you didn't take any damage. So you missed your swing and you didn't take any damage, but you are prone.
Great.
And the sheep is still quite close to you.
Back to
It's
where I
even
started.
closer now because you tried to get towards it to attack it. We'll go to Joradam.
I'll use Sacred Flame on the sheep about to eat Ozzy there.
All right, blow it up.
21. 5.
Yeah, the sheep just explodes in a little bit of fiery fluff. The ram is still behind it, though. Are you doing any move actions during your turn?
No, I'll stay there.
Okay. The ram is going to look at Ozzy on the ground and try to trample over him, but Ozzy nimbly rolls out of the way. Ergo Huto.
Arrow to the face.
Arrow to the face.
Of the ram.
Yes.
Oh,
I
thank
just-
you, not me.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, your arrow lands true, right in the eyeball, puts him down quick.
That's good.
The sheriff busts out of the office with Sedaris and the sheep still underneath the arm of the sheriff. And he runs out into the streets and says, he doesn't have the book. We need to go up to the hill and barricade ourselves in the temple until we can figure this out. You guys will pay you your full amount. In fact, I'll double it if you can get us there safely.
Yeah, shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
Ozzy, take the front. Joe and I will cover a retreat.
Okay. You all start dashing up the hill. The sheriff with the sheep under his arm, Dr. Sedaris with a handful of books, and all three of you charging with weapons drawn. And we will end the episode there for tonight.
Cock tease. That was a good one.
Good game. Yeah, good game, guys. Very well done.
Yeah, it's
Polymorph plague.
Polymorph plague.
the old classic polymorph plague.
Sheep fire.
The old standby. So,
so many cheats on
this, I mean, I might be getting meta here, but are we gonna get a discount on like lamb chops in this town for like future reference?
Depends on your scavenging skills.
Well, you know, I am a ranger. I got nothing. We're not in the forest, so.
If you were really clever, you'd be trying to take them to the hunter's lodge to see if you could get paid more.
No, that's
Oh, that
Ozzy.
was on my mind.
I can't do that because of my background. I can't.
Oh man. Yeah, good game. If we're doing shoutouts, shout out Cyvan. I don't know about an episode title for you guys.
We'll probably call it 5 critical fails in one episode.
Classic polymorph plague.
Or classic polymorph plague. That's a good one too. Yeah, we'll
chop.
do something like that.
I like classic polymorph play.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I'm all done for this week. Unless you
good
guys
for
have any
shoutouts?
comments.
Drew?
Yeah, I'm good.
I don't know anybody.
Fair enough. Zach?
Shout out to Ashley. It's back there.
Yeah. We can see her, but the stream can't because I've got the frame tight in on your face, so. I think they saw her briefly at the beginning when she poked her head.
Yeah.
Yep, probably.
But when your daughter was jumping on the couch and like falling over the couch and then, you know, doing that whole thing, like the stream didn't see that at all, but I was thoroughly amused. I'm just sitting here
it was
like
no baby with a coat hanger, but
no, and it was pretty close. Like she's like slamming her head against the couch and shit, and I'm just like, fuck, that kid's gonna hurt herself.
not distracting at all.
Oh, it wasn't. Not at all. I'm just
Actually,
like,
it's not
look at
bad.
the other monitor.
I can DM right through that. That's no problem.
Yeah, kind of makes you feel for the kid that turned into a sheep, huh?
Right?
You're more empathetic.
After, well, yeah, I guess you just roasted all regular aged adult humans. You have left the. Well, actually, no.
I did kill the one ram.
You killed the one ram. You I think killed 4 or 5 by fire.
And
Well-
now I see if we would have let him kill the other one, then everything would be fine.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I can't. I'm lawful. I can't do that.
And I appreciate you guys playing to your morality. I really do. Good on you guys. Good role playing.
Yeah, I
So-
think it was kind of like, I mean, I think it was really cool how, like, Jor he's just like, fuck it, this is a threat. You're dead. But at the same time, like, obviously there's conflict there because my character's like, no, don't kill the animals. They're fucking animals that used to be people. You know, so I've got to be like
Guys,
the lawman in the group.
You don't
but
know
at the
where
same
your
time,
morality's at there.
exactly. But then at the same time, Drew, because he's like chaotic good, he's doing a really great job of being like, fuck it, there's chaos, but for the better good, we've got to non-lethal damage punch this ram in the face. Like, it was just like, all right, well played.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Good
that.
job. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Good night, guys. Good to see you.
Shout out to Trevor, and just a reminder to everybody else as we sign off here. Remember, 1 month art submissions for who or what you think Jeff is or isn't.
Yeah, draw Jeff.
Or whatever. Yeah. Be creative, be funny, whatever you want. It doesn't have to be good. It could be stick figures. And the way you submit them is to email them at draekan@gmail.com, draken@gmail.com. It happens to be the same name as the Twitch and the YouTube that this channel, or that this show is even hosted on, so yeah. Yeah, Drew just typed it. Yeah, there you go. So Derek just
Super
wrote it out, and
cutting edge.
and you'll see in the roles box right now. Go ahead and pause the video, and you can get the address there, as Drew did type it in the chat there. So yeah, with that said, we're off for this week. Next week, discount lamb chops.